What show was he on? Or show is he on? First Take?
He was on First Take.
It was these young guys dressed up as Stephen A. Smith, and one's dressed up as Kendrick Perkins, and them imitating them. It's fucking brilliant.
That sounds amazing. Well, Brian?
Yeah.
We get to welcome an old friend back to the
victory.
Thursday show.
Not that
Small
old.
victory is back.
It is a small victory for us.
And Matthew Odam.
Huge victory for us.
Matthew Odam. He's got to be... He must have an article we need to talk about or something.
That's at Matthew Odam on Instagram. At Odam on Blue Sky. Just kidding. I'm not on Blue Sky.
No, you're looking good.
Thanks. I feel great.
Those scallops are treating you well.
God, the summer of scallops. That's really
Blown
upset
up.
A lot of local chefs.
Everybody's talking about it.
Everybody's
talking about it. Everywhere I go, people are like, man, have you seen these scallops?
Did you know what's summer of scallops?
Have you seen this scallop content? It is blowing up. Yes. You are moving the needle.
Wait, are scallops really the current Brussels sprout here in this town?
Well, I tried.
Apparently.
I did my best.
No, it's exciting. It's good to have you back. You've been, on a summer reprieve.
Yeah, I've been did a little travel with the family. This was our first summer as a family where we had a nanny last year because our kid was preschool age, not preschool, but hadn't been in school yet. So this was our first summer of like school gets out, we've got a full summer. So you guys know how that goes. So it was our first time dealing with no childcare. We did a summer camp for a month at our school, which was great. Got us through June or halfway through July, but then we had about a month there where we had to piece it together. So there were some trips involved and a lot of hands-on parenting. And I was definitely sad but happy to drop the kids off at school this week for the first time.
So you went to North Carolina and Canada?
Yeah, we
with
went
two young kids?
We went to North Carolina and Canada with 2 young kids. I told my wife, we've got about a 2.5 and a 4.5-year-old. I told her 2 years ago, I guess, was the last time we flew. Or maybe it was more recently than that, but it was a year ago. And I told her, I said, we're not flying again until our youngest kid is at least 3. And I didn't quite make it to that. I hate traveling with little children. Our 4-year-old, we don't use an iPad or screens at home. So when our 4-year-old gets to use an iPad on an airplane, she is locked in. Yeah. So that she's good. But the 2.5-year-old's kind of still crawling all over the place, doesn't really sit still to watch a show. I'd say they were more or less fine. Like, they were good. They were well behaved. They didn't freak out. But it's a lot for my ADHD.
Such an early dad, humble brag. We don't use pads.
Yeah, we don't have a television.
We are in that same category, but our exception was always traveling. It's like we're trying to keep them as subdued as possible. And by the way, everybody else on the airplane is staring at a screen right now.
Yeah, so. I mean, you could probably go through the airplane and collect money to buy an iPad if you needed. Our flight up there was... And then our flight to Canada, which was a couple weeks later, there were probably 15 or 20 kids under the age of 6 on that flight. It's the most kids I've ever seen on an airplane before. A lot of them were from one family. There was one family, shout out if you're listening, of 15 folks headed to Canada together. Family of 15 from Austin.
Mormon mission?
No. Indian family. There were probably... there were probably 6 kids under the age of 6 in that crew, from 3 different sets of siblings, and boy, they had their hands full. I saw them on the flight coming back. We were on the same flight as them up and back, and by the flight back, they looked like they were ready to have their vacation be over as well.
Keep it quiet, man.
The iPads do keep it quiet, but yeah, up to a certain age
and time.
Yeah, like if you get them still breastfeeding constantly, that's great. But then between 8 months and 3 years, all bets are off.
I've always said this, even before I had kids. It's not just about the noise that the kids are making on the flights. It's also about the efforts that the parents are making to help out there versus just letting their kid run roughshod on the flight.
Oh yeah. I mean,
are your girls Bluey fans?
No.
That's a good show. That's a good show.
You'd like Bluey.
Oh, we got on. I thought I downloaded episodes to the iPad, directly to the iPad.
Breaking Bad.
The Sopranos.
The Wire.
And so right as we get on, Rose asked for the iPad. I opened it up and realized none of the shows had downloaded, and I'm connected to airport Wi-Fi as we're starting to back away from the gate, and you can hear the Mission Impossible music because like we've got a 4-hour flight. If I don't get four shows downloaded in the next 3 minutes, utter hell. So it's like
fail.
It's like ticking time bomb, and I'm just like, please. And my wife's like, what's going on? I was like, hey man, don't talk to me. Don't talk. And we got just enough, pulled away just in time. We got it. And then on the way back, they'd never watched a movie before, like all the way through. But they watched Cars 2 with their cousin right before we came back from Canada, and they were into that. So downloaded Cars at the airport. I'll tell you another thing. Coming back from Canada, have you ever stayed with your children in a hotel inside the airport terminal?
I saw that post that you did that.
It's the greatest invention in the world. I think there's one in San Francisco. So in Calgary, there's a Marriott inside the terminal. I'm talking about in between terminals, like Terminal A, Terminal B. In between, there's a Marriott.
Post security?
No, right before security. But you're 100 feet from security. So the day we got there, we flew up, kind of in the early evening, landed at like 7:30, get through customs, walk straight to the Marriott with your roller cart from the airport baggage claim, straight up into the elevator. You're in your bed and asleep by 9:30. And then on the way back, the night before the flight, come in from the mountains, stay in the Marriott that night, wake up in the morning, have a leisurely breakfast, take your time, go down the elevator, walk right through security, and you're in. So if you've got a flight and you're having to drive a couple of hours to get to your destination, first and last night in the airport terminal hotel is the clutchest parenting cheat code I've ever experienced in my life.
Sounds lovely.
We were almost still late for our flight somehow on the way back, but we made it.
I've definitely adopted, it's been a couple years since we went to Colorado, but I've definitely adopted the stay at a hotel closer to the airport the night before you have to leave versus making the 2+ hour drive to get back to that city. So.
I think we drove to Houston last time we went to Canada. We drove to Houston and stayed at the jankiest hotel imaginable near Intercontinental Airport just so we could wake up in the morning and be right by the airport and have a direct flight.
Yeah.
So we chose to do that instead of flying from Austin to Dallas and having a 3-hour layover. I mean, layovers with kids, whatever it takes, like if it costs $300 extra per ticket to not have whatever it takes to eliminate hurdles, do it. But yeah, it's a night traveling with kids is a nightmare. Yet I came home yesterday and told my wife, I was like, we should go to Mexico for Thanksgiving. I was like, what am I thinking?
I love seeing your fatherly growth.
It's
really fun
coming
to
into my
see.
own. Yep.
Well, I'm so far away from it now. I bet
you miss it.
I've just got an angsty teen that just rolls her eyes at me about everything right now.
I mean, I've got my 4.5-year-old sleeps in bed with me, and my wife generally sleeps with the 2.5-year-old. And we wake up this morning and we spent like an extra 20 minutes just laying in bed, joking around and talking before school. I was like, this is never gonna happen.
It's the best.
Yep. And when she's 13, like she's gonna roll her eyes out of her head at me.
Are yours completely grown out of just cuddling in bed first thing in the morning?
We call Jack the hug machine. He is still very much, his love language is touch, much like his father.
Same with my son.
And so he's still very sweet. But
is that your foot under the table?
Exactly. I've missed you, Matthew. I've missed you very, very much. But no, Jack had a great moment yesterday or 2 days ago. First flag football practice, gets in the car, great practice. Coaches are doing great. They were running routes. And he was like, Dad, tomorrow after school, like, can I just run routes in the front yard and you just throw me passes?
Wow.
And I was like, I've got a board meeting, but your mom can. I was like,
ouch. Big time to his son.
Well, no, I was saying, it'll help.
Cute story, kid.
Yeah, cute story, kid.
Making deals.
Hey, if you can catch mom's passes, you can catch dad's.
Jack's a step closer to being a serial killer with dad not loving him enough.
No. But I was excited because he was saying, he's like, I really just want to work on athletics this year after school. Like I've caught him like, doing curls in his room, like with a dumbbell. Good. Like he's in it. He's like, okay.
How is he, 9?
He's almost 12.
Oh God.
So he is.
I was out of town a long time.
And his sister's always been the athlete and always done the extra like practice and gone outside and shot baskets or whatever. So it's good to see Jack just like totally dialed in, and his crew of 6th graders started a fantasy league, and he was like, I don't know if I should do it. I was like, yeah. I was like, you got to do it. I was like, this is how you learn the game. I was like, I need you watching the ticker with me and making sure that you get pissed when the second string running back for the Bears goes down. I was like, that's what I need from you.
My daughter the other day was like, Daddy, you want to sit on the couch and watch golf? Which I never get to do. And I was just like, what?
Yes.
Yes.
She's like, there's this guy, his name's Scotty Scheffler. All he does is win. All he does is win.
She's full of hot takes. She's like, Dad, do you think it's okay that Scotty Scheffler doesn't have a lot of personality? I was like, what? Have you been watching First Take?
Yeah. You know what, Dad? I mean, I just wish you would fist pump more.
Poor Scotty.
Yeah. And then she comes in and she's like, have you seen these new Ryder Cup polos? They look like the cups from the golf course.
From 1992.
Oh, man, they're so...
Have you wagered on Europe yet?
No, I've not put any money on Europe yet. But
get in while the getting's good. The number's dropping.
Did you see... I think he'll make the team, Ben Griffin. Did you see he OD'd on creatine?
I did see.
Wait, what?
Did you hear that?
He was like at the bottom of his creatine powder, and so he usually mixes it and drinks it on the course, and somehow he got like a huge chunk that he ingested, and he was like shaking on the first 4 holes. Ooh. He like 4-putted.
That happened to me once at the Invitational.
Yeah, that was it. Creatine.
Hadn't dissolved yet.
No, have not bet on the Ryder Cup, but very excited to start betting. Very excited.
My money is in on Europe.
Yep.
Take that, America.
Yep. How do you like? Can we ask Mr. Cleo? I mean, what's your take on K-State, Iowa State?
Wow.
I got to look at the parlays first before I have any real opinion.
You know who I do love right now? I love the Baylor money line against Auburn.
What is it?
Well, no. So Auburn's favored by 2.5.
Is that happening this weekend?
No, I think it's next weekend.
Okay, 2.5.
But the news out of Auburn is they may play 3 quarterbacks. They have 4 coordinators. At the
same time? That seems illegal.
Yeah, one of those 3 quarterbacks is also a guy that you're familiar with, Jackson
Very
Arnold.
Familiar. Hugh Freeze is throwing visors, and and they have 4 different coordinators. They've got like a first down coordinator, a second down coordinator, and a third and fourth.
And the game's at Drayton McLean Stadium.
I don't know.
Can somebody explain to me, since I'm old and don't understand the memes or meanness? Mm-hmm. When Ohio State announced their quarterback and there was a picture of him, mm-hmm. all the Twitters and everything was like, "Oh, I've never been so confident to bet against a." Is it just because he looked young and soft, or because nobody had heard of him? What were all the jokes about? I didn't get it.
I didn't get the jokes either. What I did see is that I don't think there was some stat about
nobody's ever started their first game ever against the number one team and won. They're like 0-8 or 0-18.
0-18, I think. Yeah. So, I mean,
those records are made to be broken.
But that's a weird stat.
Yeah.
Somebody's always going to start against
Fox is grasping for eyeballs.
So what happens when your son, living in the age of the Riz of Arch Manning,
yes, exactly,
becomes a Texas and an Arch Manning fan in your household?
It's even worse for him.
It's going to be hard to.
Matthew,
why?
His son is an Oklahoma State fan.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
He hates you.
Oh, yeah. Well, he loves his grandma. He loves his Aunt Pammy. He loves his Uncle Monkey.
That's sweet.
He loves his Uncle Gonzo.
Uncle Monkey and Uncle Gonzo.
Yeah,
that's a fun family.
Yeah. No. I mean, Jack's a cowboy, and that's all right.
Well,
it's interesting. We were talking to Andy Means, mm-hmm. and talking about how, he's a Georgia fan and his son, goes to school with all these Texas fans. My kids are holding strong so far. I think we've made it through the woods. I mean, thankfully, Sarkeesian.
We haven't even had a season. Arch Manning's about to lead a revolution.
I mean, I think his classmates are going to be big Arch Manning fans, but
I bet.
But I don't think it's going to affect him. I think I've properly insulated them. We'll watch the games together, and I'll point out the missed throws and the bad reads and some of those things to keep them.
How hyped would you be if you were like when you start getting sports crazy around 10 to 13? If you were a 10 to 14-year-old kid living in Austin, and Arch Manning was the quarterback, how big of an Arch Manning fan would you be right now?
Oh, I mean,
out of your mind.
Yeah.
Like, there hasn't been anything like this since VY.
No. The number of dogs this Christmas that are going to be named Arch.
Or Manning.
Or Manning.
Well, I'm realizing this as my 9-year-old son is really starting to harden his allegiances after several years of him just being a complete front runner. That you care about the teams that you do based on your ability to root for winners. And there's exceptions, of course. Like, my kids love Texas, even though up until these last couple of years, Texas hasn't been very good because we always watch Texas games when nothing else is going to be happening on a Saturday, let's say. But my son has liked every good NFL team in the league over the last 5 years, and he has finally, just by total happenstance, settled on the Philadelphia Eagles as his favorite team right now.
How convenient.
So, yes, there will be a lot of 10-year-old kids who don't know any better who, hey, come on aboard the wagon that will be Texas fans, hopefully, after this season, if the Longhorns can meet or exceed the lofty preseason expectations.
Well, I saw my colleague at the Austin American Statesman, Thomas Jones, went through and predicted the score in every Texas game this season, which is a fun bit. And I think he had them losing to Florida after a letdown, and one in Georgia. So I guess he had them going 11-2 or 12-2 or 10-2. I don't know how many games they played this season, but
10-2 is what that would be.
They only played 12 games.
12 plus a
4
conference championship game. Yeah, and then potentially 4 playoff games.
And then the final. Yeah,
it's still just 8 teams?
12.
Or still just 12 teams?
12. If the Big Ten has its way, then it'll be 24 to 28 teams with the SEC and Big Ten both getting 7 automatic qualifiers. That's not an idiotic idea. Big
God,
Ten.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's insane. But it's I was talking with somebody about this yesterday. That seems more like a negotiating tactic than anything, where it's like, we're going to throw something out that's completely absurd to where maybe you'll meet us in the middle. It's like, no, we're already at a good spot, and all you're doing is alienating yourself from the rest of college football because you keep proposing the dumbest ideas. You started out by purging the Pac-12 of its most valuable members. You are the first.
Cal might be shutting the Cal football program is running at such a deficit that they're talking about shutting it down.
It doesn't surprise me. The Big Ten. Well, the Big Ten is the first conference that is allowing its schools to look at private equity, and that's not rife with potential issues.
What a mess.
They're the ones that have been floating the automatic qualifier bid, even though everybody pins that on the SEC. So, the Big Ten just continues to either make decisions or throw things out there that are really not good for the present and the future of the sport.
How many conferences are there now?
There's only one.
10, there's like 10.
It's called the SEC.
There's about 10 at this level, but there's 2 that matter, and you could maybe make the argument that there are 4 that actually matter.
So there's the SEC and the Big Ten. And
Big Ten, Big 12,
ACC.
ACC. Top to bottom, the Big 12 is better than the Big 10 this year. The Big 10 may have the 2 or 3 best teams, but in terms of just how deep the conferences go, the Big Ten is terrible in the middle of their conference.
And what's the weirdest? I talked to somebody the other day, and they went to Missouri, and I was like, what conference are y'all in now? And they're like, SEC. I was like, congratulations. But I heard, is it Stanford or somebody in the Pacific Northwest is in the ACC?
Yeah.
What's the weirdest?
Stanford and Cal.
Somebody went to bed 20 years ago and just woke up. What's the weirdest school in a conference right now? I guess Stanford being in the ACC.
I think it's Stanford flying to Miami.
That's almost as bad as the Astros having to fly up to Seattle to play the Mariners.
Oh, God. Let's not talk about
Let's talk about baseball realignment. Hot takes. Phone lines are open.
That is terrible.
I think West Virginia in the Big 12 would confuse some people because the Big 12 was more straight up the middle
and
of
the
Roman
numerals, how hard that would be for the people in West Virginia.
Yeah. Well, Roman numerals, even basic lettering is an issue.
Same with Oklahoma, I guess. So.
No, we figured it out because we won all the championships. So
the Big 8 was just too big. It's like a snowman.
Yeah, but what happens is like when you go into the trophy case and you see conference championship, you start to learn. You start to learn what those things mean. We've come a long way.
They do have a nice trophy. I was in their facility once. They do have a really beautiful trophy case.
Yeah, lots of trophies.
Congratulations.
The Longhorns' little Hall of Fame that's in the north end of DKR is a nice setup now, too.
Yeah, it is a nice setup. That new locker room looks pretty dope, too. And I don't know if the
how many times do they need to redo the new locker room? I thought they redid that like 2 or 3 years ago.
Every year, Kansas just redid theirs, so it's like you got to stay on par with Kansas.
What was the Yeah, they did you see that the old lockers are up for auction now on on a university website? I saw a starting bid at $5 if you want to get your kid a nice
there's
Christmas
a lot
present.
there's a lot of auctions going on. I saw
Goose tickets.
OU is I think you can auction, and I think Texas is doing this as well. Starting bid for like $750, you can be part of the press pool post game.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
What is this, the White House?
Wait, are you being serious?
Yeah, I'm being serious.
Whoa.
Wait, say it again.
You sort of like a $750 starting bid, at least in Norman, but I know that Texas and other schools have done it because everyone was bagging on OU. They're doing these game day experiences where you donate and then you get to be, in the press pool or wherever. So
Everybody always wants to be in the glamorous job.
well, it's super glam. Going back to the private equity piece, I saw a take by Josh Pate, and I tend to agree with this. It's like, when is the NFL going to get involved? When is private equity going to get, when is it really going to become a farm system? I mean,
Soon.
These college football teams are developing the assets for the NFL. It only makes sense that you start to have, I thought about this a while. It's like, kind of like minor league baseball. It's like, when do the Kansas City Chiefs and the Dallas Cowboys have something to do with OU NIL, Texas NIL, Arkansas NIL?
I've seen the argument made to eliminate the draft and turn it more into, how fantasy football leagues go on bids. Oh, I'm sorry. Brian, you know how fantasy football leagues go based on, what do they call those?
Dorks.
Well, yes, we are dorks, but
we draft based off of golf handicap, but that's just us.
Number one pick every year, Al Del Greco. No, it's not bid leagues, but it's something like that where you have a certain allotment of money that you spend throughout the draft, and you can pay an insane amount to get Bijan Robinson, let's say, but then you're just going to have less of that financial pool to work with for the rest of your team. I've seen the argument made that they eventually just completely eliminate the draft and go more based on that, but I don't necessarily like that because I don't want the best team to be able to get the best player that next year if they're just willing to money whip them, even if there is a bit of a salary cap in place.
At some point it's got to look like the NFL. There's got to be a cap. There's got to be collective bargaining. There's got to be, it's just the only way that you can run a business of this size with this much money floating around and still take care of the student athlete, quote unquote, NCAA. Let's just call a spade a spade. These guys are football players. Some of them get great educations. Some of them are there to play football. And that's just what it is. And that's okay. Let's just.
So are they going to continue to have scholarships for non-football athletes?
Mm-hmm. They could actually have more scholarships now because
in fewer sports, but some sports are getting eliminated.
It just depends on the school. You will see Olympic sports no longer a part of certain athletics departments. Mm-hmm. But I think the biggest schools that have the most money coming in still understand the value of keeping some of those other sports around. And so, there are going to be schools that make the decision to get rid of football altogether and focus more on basketball.
And ultimate frisbee.
And ultimate frisbee. And
what?
Yeah, ultimate frisbee is where it's at. That's the sport of the future.
Quidditch.
Until if you are serious, I believe anything at this point.
Well, flag football is gaining in popularity, and there may eventually be. There are high school flag football, there's an official high school flag football league now, I guess.
The NFL kind of looks like flag football these days.
A little bit, but flag football is about to be an Olympic sport in LA in 2028. Really? Yeah.
So I bet America wins.
You would hope.
Wait, an Olympic sport? The USA is going to compete against non-American teams in American football?
Flag football, yeah. But you're going to see
Johnny Manziel's our starting QB. It's going to be amazing.
The NFL has already given the okay for its players to compete in the Olympics in 2028 in flag football.
What?
Yeah. So what you're probably going to see is guys
blowing ACLs.
Well, not just that.
Tail end of their career.
Well, not just tail end of their career, but guys who are like, hey, I'm not going to qualify for the U.S. team, so I'm going to go play for this country instead because my grandparents or great-grandparents came from this country.
Right.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill playing for the.
I'm all for that. I want these guys spread out. Give whoever let I don't know, Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce play for Japan for all I care. I just want to see good competition out there.
think Kyler Murray is probably more
I don't think I'm gonna.
Japanese, just from a height standpoint.
I don't think I'm gonna care to watch flag football.
I'll watch anything.
I think you only want to
I'll
watch
watch it all.
the best of something, right?
This would be the best. We would win.
That's my
of
argument.
flag-
USA, what are you, a terrorist?
I already bet on Europe in the Ryder Cup. Don't make me say any more.
Yeah, way to
I'm gonna
go.
lose my citizenship.
Yeah, you're out.
Who's at the door?
So you
Small Victory is known for its ice program.
Yes, they are, and it's a glorious ice program at that. So you mentioned Auburn a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
They're playing Baylor first week of the season. Why is Auburn doing their best Texas A&M impression right now and adding national championships to their record?
The
Good for them.
The fake natties, just to run up the numbers. I think, and I saw this take, and
Is this the 9-man football thing?
No.
The
They just came out and said, I mean, everybody has.
They added one from this century where they didn't even play in the championship game.
But everybody has these. I think Texas has 5 that they.
4.
Okay.
There's a 5th that some people.
Okay, 4.5.
Yes. Yeah.
Oklahoma has 10 that they don't claim. I saw that one of the theories was Auburn is doing it almost just to troll Alabama because they feel like Alabama claims more than they should.
Alabama has done that.
So they're highlighting their rival and saying, well, if everybody's just going to claim every time they finished with one loss and didn't play in a game against, because back in the old bowl matchups, right? It's like you'd play through conference affiliation and you maybe lost that game or you won that game, and then the other team that was ranked second or third won or lost. And so the AP was the, they were the standard of who is the winner in the bowl era. But there's all sorts of other polls from those, from back in the 40s and 50s and 60s.
There were?
Yeah. Yeah, there was the writers poll, which we know is totally off base.
Writers are great.
Writers know
Shout
nothing.
out to the press.
It's like, okay, well, this team, they're from the coast. They've got great scallops. Therefore, they're my national champion. But scallop you. Anyways, no, so it's, that's the one thing. I mean, Auburn's press is nothing but bad right now. And it's, they're just being Auburn. That's fine. I mean, this is what happens when you don't have games to talk about.
Yeah.
That's just, we've talked about it for the past few weeks. It is time to start the season so we can talk about performances. We can talk about, O-line grades. Like, we can talk, let's just.
Yeah, we're in wacky season now. We're talking about mythical championships from previous centuries.
We're talking about generational quarterbacks. It's just, the talking heads need content.
People need to go be with their children is what they need to do.
Notre Dame is thinking way too hard. Yeah, I agree with
Notre
that. Notre Dame is thinking way too hard about redoing a logo that doesn't need to be redone.
Notre Dame's got the leprechaun carrying a football now instead of fighting. Yeah, they're doing sport-specific
You get me started on
leprechaun logos.
Oh, for each individual sport?
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So rather than having the Dukes up, is there even a Duke up? I haven't seen the picture.
No,
yet.
he's got a football.
Like he's running.
Yeah, he's carrying the football correctly, but at the same time,
I bet the rhythmic gymnastics logo is pretty dope.
what's the best
Wrestling. You see
Wrestling.
that little leprechaun?
Yeah, a little leprechaun in a singlet.
Greco-Roman.
He's got the red beard and the red underbeard sticking out of his singlet.
You should see the Ultimate Frisbee logo.
Yeah, the Ultimate Frisbee logo at Notre Dame is sick.
Huge bong.
Yeah, we just need that little leprechaun looking to fight everybody. We don't need to redo anything. We don't need to get cute with that. We just need that leprechaun looking to get into that next bar brawl.
I mean, it's a merch situation, right? You always got to reinvent yourself.
You could sell the shirts and not change the logo on the official.
This is true. But Notre Dame fans are everywhere.
Well, not everybody's got a Longhorn, so
This is true.
Sorry.
This is true. Best brand in the game.
Best brand in the game.
Even the Longhorns have done variations of their logo, but the variations are always really cool. It's like a bevo that looks a little bit Disney-like but is angry, or the straight-up angry bevo that looks like it's about to bite somebody's face off.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're going to do an alt version of the logo.
The running horns are great. Lots of different ways to make the cow look angry.
What? Well, what do y'all do with your schooner?
It falls over.
Drop it. 22s.
It's pulled by two ponies. No, trust me.
undercarriage lights.
The horse pig, when we introduced the actual
horse pig?
The mascot.
The mascot. So like it was in the Stoops era.
Yeah.
And the Roughnecks are kind of they take care of the ponies, but our first iteration of the pony mascot outfit, they didn't have the horse.
I remember that.
They didn't have the what's it called?
The snout.
They didn't have the snout right, and it looked like a pig, and so they started, and it was like the curse of the horse pig, and it was a real thing. Like I think Bob lost, I think we lost games, like, and everybody's pointing at it like, between the horse pig and now this Toby Keith third quarter terrible song.
Oh, what was that? Oh, he wrote a song.
R.I.P. Toby, obviously a huge Sooner fan, but they picked, the wrong Toby Keith song
because they're trying to do a love song.
No, it's like the courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
Oh yeah,
kind of more
There's
of a
no blue in y'all's.
Kind of more of a U.S. thing. It's like
that's weird.
I mean, and they're trying to get a sing along.
They could use that in the flag football during the Olympics. They could use that.
Or they could use exactly. That's the USA flag football song.
There you go,
no doubt. But how do you like me now? Going into the fourth quarter, like there's a little bit of that. I mean, there are other,
That's the Ozempic theme song, I think.
The Steve Sarkisian Ozempic.
Take it easy.
Hey, I'm just saying he's wasting away. He's looking very svelte.
Take it easy.
Maybe he's getting himself in good shape. Maybe he realizes that he's the leader, so he needs to take good care of himself.
Well, when you're going to the mountaintop, it's good to lose a few lbs for cardiovascular
This is
reasons.
true. It's also a great sign to say that he's still sober.
Or maybe he's just not eating because he's got two young twins at home, so he doesn't have time for that anymore.
Xavier 1 and Xavier 2.
Can you imagine the
Sorry. We're way off the rails, and you can probably cut that because that's totally inappropriate.
No, that's staying in there.
Classic OU Sooner fan.
Your Sooner fans who tune in for this episode are gonna love that.
It's so good because this is
sitting in their shacks on their radios.
The best thing about Twitter being a cesspool is that you can just swim in it and you can just absorb all the all the terrible takes,
cannonball straight into it.
All the rude stuff. That's not who I am. I'm
better than that. I'm actually worse than that.
I'm like I said last week, I am excited to see Texas play football. I'm excited to see this defense play.
I wish they were playing a few other people besides I wish their non-conference schedule was a little bit more enticing.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be able to make it to the tournament with a few losses these days anyways. So, why not? I mean, I know they play Ohio State first.
No,
but then it's 4 weeks of just bums.
Well, look, I mean, the Texas schedule is softer than some other schedules, but at the same time,
yes, it is. But they play 2 of the top 5 teams in the country on the road too.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying,
as part of their one in conference and Ohio State. But that's going to start happening as these mega conferences and everybody starts playing everybody. People are going to be going to tournaments with 9-4 records at some point.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I'm all for all the better matchups and watching better football and, again, having a playoff with a 3 or 4 loss team that's healthy, peaking at the right time, has improved, and it's and to Texas, I mean, if we're being honest, yeah, you've got the Cotton Bowl. You've got to go to Florida. You've got Georgia. Is that it? And then Ohio State, but
A&M
at home.
A&M
but that isn't
rivalry game at home. I mean,
Arkansas
is also here.
Arkansas and Auburn are the two that just feel like to me are about to implode.
Big wins.
Just about to implode, but.
Felt that way about Florida last year, and Billy Napier figured out a way to save his job, mostly because he had recruited the right quarterback to campus who may be injury prone but was hurt at the right time.
Well, the starter he chose got hurt.
Yeah.
That's how, he it's kind of the same thing. It's it sounds like in Auburn, it's Jackson's their portal guy. He spent a lot of money, so he's going to get the start. But it sounds like Hugh Breeze really likes the backup more. Oh, yeah, I know.
Can we push the start of football season a month just so it's not 100 degrees? For the first 3 home games?
Or at least play these games as it's starting to get darker outside?
Yeah, well, just play all night games.
All the kickoffs late, or
did they release it?
They typically are in September.
The second week kickoff is at 3:15.
Oh, my gosh. DKR is going to be
the last 2 years,
miserable.
The home opener, I think, was at 11. Remember that
the
Alabama
home opener's
game?
at 11 this year. and then the second game's at 3:15. The third game in a row at home is at 7.
That's the Sam Houston State game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just to give people a chance to drive here from Sam Houston State because they're not going to be able to stay in hotels probably. So.
Oh wow.
This is
no. I mean, yeah. I remember when I was managing restaurants. Right. It was always kind of like Saturday nights in the restaurant sucked because kickoffs were late because of the heat. TVs, I guess, moved some of these.
That affects business at a Wendy's.
At Fino and Austin, you know this. And it affects all of our fine establishments around town. You also know this. I've talked to you about this for 20 years.
I listened at least once.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, it's terrible. Football Saturdays are terrible for restaurants in Austin.
Yeah.
So are ACL and South by Southwest.
So are summer times.
Yeah.
So when do we have a good?
People had good Julys, didn't they?
There's a
July. I heard people had better Julys than they've had in the past.
That's June. The slightly cooler temperatures helped. Right up until about July 4th, everything held a little bit stronger than it had in the past couple of years. But July
6 weeks off though.
These 6 weeks have been tough.
Yep.
People have been slow. So again, reminder all of our listeners, if you're listening to us, you're probably a football fan, so you're probably going to be doing something game day related. But if you're not a football fan,
turn off your radio.
Go ahead and that's the best time to go out and eat. Just go, that Sam Houston State game. You can go to any restaurant in this town. Walk in and get sat.
You can walk in anywhere on September 20th. Sam Houston State, 7 p.m. Walk into Uchi. Walk into Olame.
Yeah, and have a wonderful meal and just get out of there before postgame.
Super Bowl is another good time to grab a meal at a place that otherwise is very difficult to get into.
Yeah, I've walked right into Bufalino, which probably doesn't have a lot of Venn diagram overlap with football fans.
We got to figure out how to get the NIL money pushed down into the independent restaurant space.
I would imagine there's not a lot of foodie football players. I bet Arch has pretty good taste.
Yeah, from New Orleans.
Yeah, I know Cooper does.
Went to Juniper with a former Texas player who everybody would know. Took him there. Coworker and I took him there. Gosh, I can't give too many details of this because people are going to be able to figure it out. I'll just say the name. He's a great dude, Charles Amenahu, who was about to embark on his final year at Texas, where he became the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. And we went to Juniper and dude, this is a really good Italian restaurant. And he got there and he's like, I know what I want right now, and this is what I'm going to ask for. And it was something that was on the menu, but he's like, I want everything taken away, and I just want this. And we're like, sure you don't want to do this and this and this also? He's like, no, this is all I want right now.
Give me a massive bowl full of noodles.
It wasn't that.
I want a bowl of guanciale.
I think it was like a half chicken or something.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I just want the chicken. And I'm like, all right, this is what you want, man. This is kind of our thanks to you doing a great job of being our intern this summer.
Oh, he was your intern?
Yeah, he was.
That's
Charles
amazing.
Amenahu was. And he did a great job with the internship, too, and has obviously gone on to make a name for himself at the NFL level. But it was interesting to see somebody who had the ability to do something a little bit different, but we're all creatures of habit.
Oh,
and
sure.
if you aren't used to taking chances or trying something new at a restaurant, you're not all of a sudden going to do that because the opportunity presents itself.
Big football foodie Marshall Newhouse, who played at TCU and played in the NFL for years, is pretty active on social media here in Austin. Big time foodie. But I don't know in the sports space locally. I never run into any athletes at the finer establishments around town.
I've got an idea here. Because you have a new article out,
Do I?
right? Top 10.
Probably.
Top 10.
Oh, best new seafood restaurants in Austin, yep.
Yeah, and I didn't read it. It's behind a paywall. I can't afford the Statesman
Yeah,
paywall.
nobody can afford 90 cents for the first 6 months.
Or I'm on a budget.
You don't care about the city you live in and big government. You don't care about where tax money is flowing. You don't care about people doing ill in the corporate world. You don't care about our school system.
To my question,
you don't care about state government or sports or the Texas Longhorns. You don't care about the space industry. You don't care about what Elon Musk is doing in town. You don't care about real estate.
I love the
You don't care
Statesman.
about faith. You don't care about the medical industry. You don't care about Dell.
Clearly you don't care
if you
about
don't
Arch
care about
Manning.
the tech world. If you don't care about Arch Manning.
I
if
love
you don't
the
care about Arch
Statesman.
Manning, fine. Don't subscribe to the Statesman.
I love the
If
Statesman.
you hate football, that's fine.
I love the Statesman.
If you hate America, if you hate football, if you
I
hate
love
food,
you.
if you hate breathing.
So let's pair it up here. Let's talk about your top 10. And if along the way, in talking about some of these restaurants, if you could make a comparison to Texas Longhorn football players, present or past.
That'd be really, really hard. Houston Astros, did you say?
Sure, we can do Astros players too. I mean, let's bridge the gap here.
Can I pop a Malort
Yeah, go
hard
for
candy
it.
while
Yeah.
we're doing
I'm
this?
going to need 2 of those.
So, number 10 on the list. You remember?
Do I remember? I'm the one that gave ChatGPT the prompt. That's a joke. Yeah, number 10 has been around for decades. It is classic. It is old school. It is the Tommy Nobis
Okay. Tommy Novus, I like it.
quality seafood.
Oh, yeah.
OG.
You know,
Yeah.
you can go in there. Well, I mean, what I love about quality seafood, one, it feels like time stood still. I mean, you
Yeah.
go into that bar and get a freezing cold mug and a big plate of oysters. They now have East Coast oysters, probably the best deal on East Coast oysters in the city. What do you think they charge for an East Coast oyster?
$2.
$2.25, I think
Nice.
is right. You'll pay $3.50, $4.50 at other places for that. But of course, they serve big, fat elephant ear Gulf oysters as well. Freezing cold beer. They have a great market there. But then you can just go up and order, 6 different kinds of fish, grilled, black and fried. I know it's not seafood, but they do have the best fried catfish in the city. So quality seafood was number 10. Number 9, kind of similar appeal in terms of simply prepared fresh fish. A lot of it straight from the Gulf is Turf and Surf. So speaking of football, Lavaca Street Bar and Grill.
Really?
Yep, is one of the best places to watch a game. They've now got 1,000 TVs in that place. God, Lavaca Street's been around for
Long time.
20 years.
20, 25 years, yeah.
Right down there at 4th and Lavaca. Inside Lavaca Street, the window, it's called Turf and Surf. It started out, some people will remember the trailer at Congress Avenue where the JW Marriott now is. Back when Patica had a coffee trailer there and Turf and Surf had a seafood trailer. It looked like it had been dragged from the Gulf all the way to Central Texas. It's run by Ralph Gilmore. If that name sounds familiar, it's because he is the brother of Jack Gilmore.
There's more Gilmores?
There's more Gilmores. They're
Oh,
taking
my
over.
goodness.
And Ralph has this seafood window inside Lavaca Street now. Great tuna. You get mahi, amberjack. You can get all sorts of fish. You can get it grilled simply, salt and pepper on the grill back there. You can get it fried. You can get it put in a po' boy. Love that place. His brother, Jack Gilmore. So who's a brother combination from the University of Texas football all time?
Griffins.
McCoy's.
There you go. The Griffins and McCoys.
Shipley's.
Jack
Shipley's.
Gilmore has this has a McCoy feel to it.
Which one is Case?
Well, one of them has a window inside of
Which
a sports
one owns
bar,
the real estate?
and one
That's
of them
Case.
has 7 restaurants. So Jack Gilmore, who started Jack Allen's Kitchen, obviously, he used to be the chef at Z Tejas back in the 90s and 80s. He has Salt Traders Coastal Cooking, and they do, some Gulf stuff, but then you can get some Atlantic salmon as well. You can get some scallops.
I really like their scallops.
Yeah, their scallops are really
Ding,
good.
ding, ding, ding,
They
drink,
also do like
listeners, drink.
They do a scallop nigiri, which is really nice. They have a good raw bar selection there. I think that came in at 8. Speaking of raw bars, 7 Bill's Oyster downtown. High end, very specific. So, is it
Newer.
uh,
Maybe Arch.
Gilbert? I don't.
Yeah, no,
they can only.
newer than that.
They do a few things, but they do them well. They have one cooked fish on their menu at night. Their market special, which I recommend if you're looking for that.
It's Quinn. It's Quinn yours.
It's Quinn yours.
It's Quinn yours. This is right.
Otherwise, they have a great raw bar, great oyster selection. They make a good cheeseburger as well. That's a little small space down on 3rd Street. What else is in there? Nomad is a Mexican restaurant. They've got a good raw bar selection on South First Street. That one might be one that people are less familiar with. Kind of feels like you're at a resort in Tulum. Nomade. It was built out of an old coffee shop. It's an interesting space, mostly outdoor seating, but they do a really good job with climate control and shades and misters and fans and stuff. It kind of gives you a beachy feel, a beachy jungle feel. If you're looking for kind of a Mexican resort night out with your date, and then
hold on. I'm struggling here. Who's the Texas player that gives you a beachy feel?
who's got beachy vibes? Who's got bikini vibes?
Who's got frosted tips? Puka shell necklaces.
Who's good with women of a certain age?
Oh, gosh.
Well, we probably can't go there.
Well, I'm definitely not giving an answer now.
Yep, sorry. Moving right along.
Sorry, Nomad. We'll find you.
We'll find you. South First Street, Nomad is great. What else do we have in there? Oh, you know what? Jay Carver's it's a chop house and an oyster bar. It's from the partner, John Carver, who is also a partner in Red Ash. So this is a Larry Foles and Guy Villavasso joint with John Carver, who is obviously the managing partner and chef. It is in the old Holy Roller space. It is very Longhorny. It is very 60-year-old Longhorn broski.
Sam Ellinger.
It's Sam Ellinger with a really beautiful car parked out front. Well, maybe it's that feels right.
God, I miss Holy Roller. Nothing against
I miss
Jay
Holy
Carver.
Roller as well.
That was such a great restaurant.
Pour one out for Holy Roller. But they do really great cooked fish. Everything's really rich. They do a great scallop dish, nice risotto. 2 and 3 are from the same restaurant group, McGuire Mormon, and they're still great. And, I've always thought Clark's was the best McGuire Mormon restaurant. And I went to Clark's and Perla's a couple times recently each. And Perla's is just a little bit more exciting to me. It's a bigger menu. They take a little bit more chances there. It's a little more exciting. It's a little bit easier to get into, if we're being honest.
Major Applewhite, Chris Sims.
Major Applewhite and Chris Sims. What up, Mage? Perla's is great. I mean, Perla's, say what you want about...
Perla's was there first.
Yeah.
Perla's is really good. Yeah. Everybody got excited about Clark's because it looks good and it's really pretty. It
has blonde hair.
But Perla's
is the jam. And everybody knows
what he's
it.
doing.
Yeah.
And
still does, too, by the way.
And you don't want to see him across the line of scrimmage because he's going to beat you.
And just like that patio there, Major is a great hang. And so Perla's, it's so much better than it needs to be. People talk about MML price points or seems a little too exclusive, this and that. Perla's is holding it down for Austin-owned restaurants on a strip of Congress Avenue that has been over-inundated with billion-dollar corporations and Nike Shop and Gucci this and...
lots of tourism and all those things. And, I remember the first time walking into Perla's. It was Mars before. It was dark. It was red. It was hot outside. And you were like, this doesn't feel right. Perla's feels right.
Yeah, Perla's is perfect. It makes you feel like if you just got dropped in there, you'd have no idea that you were on Congress Avenue in the middle of Central Texas. It feels like a beach jam.
There was a point where I was living in Chicago, but came back to Austin to visit family or something with my now wife, who I think at the time was either a girlfriend or fiance. And we went to Perla's because we were just looking for something to do around downtown. And I guess Hop Dottie had come in at some point in the previous year or two. And I looked at this line that had to have been an hour and a half long for people to get in to get this burger, which Hop Dottie's fine. I mean, good for you if that's what you want to do. But
shout out Sheeple.
Patio was completely empty at Perla's. I'm like, there's no way that standing in the heat is more worth just parking yourself at Perla's and getting a delicious seafood meal. They've got great drinks there,
we're
too.
more of a burger town than we are a seafood town.
Yeah, but my
Sheeple town than we are a good taste town.
Yeah, well, that too. My threshold for waiting in a long line for food is very low. And
yeah, I don't wait for food. I mean, I do every year for work. I'll go to certain places that have lines, but in general, I ain't about waiting in a line. No
All right.
lines at Este, which is number 1 on my list.
Arch
if you're making
Manning.
a reservation, Arch Manning.
The most dynamic seafood restaurant of a generation.
Shout out Paul Feinbaum. The owners of Suerte opened Este about a year and a half ago or so, I think. It's in the old East Side Cafe space. Sorry, shout out. It is an incredible Mexican restaurant. It's an incredible seafood restaurant. Fermin Nunez has a great raw bar selection. There's a tuna tiradito. There's an amazing oyster program. There's a great oyster that they put on the menu. There's a great raw seafood tower that they have with lobster on the top with this drawn butter that they serve it with.
Yeah, it's really, that is so good.
So good.
We had that on New Year's Eve before the Goose Show. It was amazing.
And then they do a great butterfly shrimp dish that comes off the grill. They cook fish really well, but they also do it raw really well. They make a fried fish taco. That's probably the best fish taco in the city. It's a great hang. It's beautiful. It's all
Bartoti.
Bartoti's right behind.
Fantastic. We popped in there when the kids were at camp and had a nice little Monday night meal. Derek Zampancorta, I think, is there, formerly of Texas French Bread, doing some good food there. And Este on Manor.
It's the perfect place to go before or after a game. I've been to Este before a game, had a raw selection, maybe that steak taco, that ribeye that they hammer out and cover with cheese. It's incredible. And then you can walk straight to the game. The best place to go before a show at the Moody Center. It's the best place to go before or after a Longhorns game, and it just happens to be the best seafood in town. So you're not sacrificing anything for convenience there. So Este is number 1 on that list, and that list of the 10 best seafood restaurants in Austin you can find via my Instagram, I'm sure, which is at Matthew Odam, Odam.
I feel like we went to Este for the first time as a result of you talking it up, like you understandably do, and it very quickly found its way onto that list of places that we always consider when we do have a free night or a babysitter or something, or the kids are out of town and we want to go live it up like free human beings. So
yeah,
thank you for that.
And it's one of those places you'll see if you're there on a Sunday night or a Monday night. You'll often see somebody from the service industry probably dining in there or at the bar by themselves after a shift, because if you're at a restaurant and you see other chefs or restaurant owners eating or drinking there, that's probably a place you want to go back to.
Yep.
No, they do a great job, and it's a great spot for sure. And very much like Arch Manning, new to the scene, newish to the scene.
A lot of promise.
But
they've already delivered on their promise.
They have.
And they have a it's in their lineage. Suerte is probably the best Mexican restaurant in the city. So just like Arch, there is a proven family track record.
This is right. They have a high completion percentage on most of what they do.
Generational restaurant.
Generational.
Dynamic in so many ways.
What a bitter Oklahoma fan.
I'm not bitter.
Let's just get you now. We have weeks and weeks to talk about this. Score in the Texas OU game.
Ooh.
Before the season starts.
Before the season starts, I will
45-17.
No. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game.
52-17.
I like 24-17 Texas.
24-17. That would be interesting.
That's where I am
He has
now.
gotten very realistic about Oklahoma's upcoming season in the last 2 weeks.
Good.
And I mean, the reality is that Venables has not won big games.
Yeah.
He just hasn't. And he knows that. Everybody knows that. And he has to this year. I mean, we're going to see on September 6th when Michigan comes to Norman, can he, if we're in a dogfight and it's the fourth quarter, I'm nervous, because I just haven't seen us do the things necessary to win the big game yet. And, that's part of coaching. It's part of.
So what restaurant would that, just kidding.
Ooh, that's a different show. We could
off mic.
Yeah, off the record. But no, so yeah, it's a rivalry game. It'll come down to turnovers and who can run the ball. And I don't, we'll see if Jaden Ott is healthy and what he looks like behind an offensive line that is too deep. Wait,
is Jaden Ott already dinged up in fall camp?
No, he's just coming off an injury.
Right, that's what I thought.
So,
okay.
And he had a little tiny thing, but we've had a great fall camp. knock on wood, and make sure that everybody stays healthy. But I'm excited for the season, as everybody knows.
All right, boys, into show. It's weekly restaurant rec time. Matthew, thank you for all those great seafood recs. Now you got to give us something else.
One more rec on top of the 10 I just gave you.
Yep.
Well, it's not like seafood's the only thing you've eaten in the summer of scallops here in Austin this summer.
I've had a lot of scallops recently. I'll tell you what I didn't include. I didn't include sushi restaurants. I'm going to one tonight. I didn't include poke restaurants.
Well, that's where I'll start because.
Well, so I'll just say I did mention in the intro to my best seafood restaurants, Poke is probably the restaurant where I've spent the most of my own money over the past however many years. Incredible poke restaurant on South Congress. There's one down off Brody and Slaughter, and there's one in Hancock there across from a pizzeria in front of San Miguel. Anyways, great raw seafood preparations, great flavor, great freshness. They weren't included because it's a poke restaurant, not a seafood restaurant, no cooked dishes, et cetera, et cetera. But that's where I spend the most of my money, most of my time. When I'm not eating for work and I'm trying to eat healthy and eat good, I go to Poke.
I'm going to, I've got a shout out to one of which I finally got a chance to visit with our illustrious co-host.
Mama?
No, we went to Tomo up on Parma.
Oh, wow.
Had a great...
Big cult following.
We had sushi.
Tomodachi?
Yeah.
Is that right? Cult following?
I mean, the people that live north of 183, it's their favorite sushi restaurant in the city.
Oh, yeah. We were with...
spot.
I mean, we walked in. Everybody was, they were right on Trey and Justine. They were saying, how's everything? What do you like
We're
today?
part of the cult,
They were
Matthew.
packed.
I mean...
Is that Palmer Lane?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is near the house, which is great to add to the rotation because typically our seafood go-to in the neighborhood is Garbo's. I love Garbo's.
Great mozzarella lobster, fried mozzarella lobster balls.
Yeah, mozzarella lobster sticks.
Delicious.
Speaking of the Cubs last night, the announcers bought a bunch of mozzarella sticks, which was fun to see. Cubs they've beat the Brewers 3 games in a row.
Is there are they still playing? Is baseball still happening?
We're back, baby. We got a rain out on Monday night.
MLB was over.
We put a hurt Tucker finally on the bench. Anyway, so Garbo's and Tomo, great kind of places up north, and it was a lot of fun to eat some sushi and see some comedy with Trey this past weekend. So that's my shout out.
Yeah, by the way, Summer of Scallop, Tomo has a really good scallop nigiri dish. We didn't get to have it because they were already out of the scallop on the daily board.
That's what happens.
That's what happens in the summer of scallops.
Hashtag influenced. Sheeple.
Oh, man. All right, I'm going to give a shout to a couple of different places. One, the place we went right before the comedy show. Loro has a second location in the Domain. I know that makes... longtime Austinites cringe, but the Domain is not a complete beating, as we found out because we went and had a beverage ahead of time. It's just this little cool, chill patio area that you can grab a tasty drink or some snacks. Really enjoyed.
Frozen gin and tonic. It was perfect.
Frozen G&T was really good. Love the original Loro location too. So if you've never been, highly recommend it on South Lamar.
Great for groups also. If somebody's like, I've got 20 people. They'll do like a bulk menu thing for you.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it's a good place for groups, and they can section off areas for sure.
That's good to know. And
great
today,
chicken karaage too.
Today being a Thursday, what is that?
The fried chicken.
Yeah, that's right. Kind of like a karang.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the other one, this being a Thursday, and because my family is almost certainly going there tonight, Style Switch gets a lot of run, of course.
Shout out chicken wings.
Thursday special. The chicken wings is what my wife and my kids now order more than anything else there. But the Thursday special is a burger special. And they use the brisket meat for their burgers. And they usually have a special burger and the standard all-American burger. So good. It's really ruined us going pretty much anywhere else for a burger in this town. And
that's up north. And if you're down south, the Switch, which is their sister restaurant, does a brisket Philly cheesesteak on their regular menu.
Ooh,
it's so good.
Have to
before we leave, I've got to do one more shout out.
Let's hear it.
Happy birthday, Sister Jean. Happy birthday, Cade Horton. Happy birthday, Craig Council. And then tomorrow.
Sister Jean from NCAA.
Yeah.
106 today.
And shout out my dad. My dad passed 3 years ago today, so I'm heading over to the Texas
R.I.P.
State Cemetery to see him right now.
Best Elvis impersonator
That's right.
in
Thank you very
Texas
much.
history.
Thank you very much.
And then tomorrow I turn 46. So
46.
yeah, myself and Craig Counsell still 55 and 46. We still don't equal Sister Jean. So
What are you doing special for the birthday?
we are, everybody drink. We are going
Scallops?
to, we might have scallops. I don't know if they're on La Condessa's menu, but we're going to go check out La Condessa because we are going to Touch of Trey, a Grateful Dead fish cover band at 310 at the ACL Moody.
That's tomorrow night.
Yes, it is.
Oh, wow.
You did not get invited because you don't show up.
I've got a 50th birthday tomorrow for a friend, lunch,
Because it is the year of the scallop, or the summer of the scallop, and the year of the 50th birthday.
and then a dinner after that with a visiting friend writer, and then my night's open. So
I'd love to see you. Come on, baby. Let's listen to some fish together. You can buy me a drink.
Yeah, brother.
Is there a 25-minute drum solo in the middle of that show?
I sure hope so.
Better hope so. I need to go to the bathroom at
Little
some point.
drums in space.